Over the years, both the great and the good have been immortalised in bronze. And traditionally, figurative sculpture can look serious and austere. But the man who produced this piece is producing works in a rather different vein.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while.
Barnsley-born artist Graham Ibbeson has a great sense of humour and certainly looks on the funnier side of life. So I've come here to find out what makes the man behind these comic sculptures really tick.
To each brand new bright tomorrow, make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears.
Graham, it's so good to meet the man behind the sculpture. I've seen your work quite a few times when we've been filming Flog It.
Oh.
Once in Northampton, one in Perth, and there was one other, which is, of course, this guy outside Rugby School.
William Webb Ellis, yeah.
Yeah.
Big lad.
Where did it all start? Because you are a trained artist, aren't you?
I went to art school and I was basically good at drawing. And this old Polish tutor got me to kind of make sculpture because he saw my drawings and just said they look very three-dimensional, and he steered me that way.
What about other sculptors that have inspired you as a young lad?
No, as a young
No.
man. No, I was kind of inspired by comic books. I come from, my work's almost like illustration. So I like, you know, the DC Thompson, you know, like Dandy and Beanie, like Bamford Seaside postcards, all that stuff. So I come from a different angle.
Yes.
I mean, I really don't know what fine art's about. I'd rather people go into a gallery and titter rather than go in a gallery and rub their chin.
Oh, what's that all about?
What's so deep, But my work is accessible.
Yes.
Because to who sees it, you know, like a kid in the street or some kind of intellectual, everybody can enjoy it on different levels.
Which came first, the comedy or the serious ones?
Well, I had to learn my craft to abuse it. It's a bit like Les Dawson. Les Dawson looks like he plays the piano badly, but he is a kind of virtuoso kind of piano player. So I had to learn my craft before I can actually diversify, make caricatures.
One of the little bronzes outside caught my eye, the little Buddha with goggles on.
Yeah, I come from a kind of council house estate, you know, with Deadlock Barnsley Minor. Come here, you little. And I like the idea of a guardian angel, so I made a guardian Buddha, angel, little god. But he's got an industrial screw on his head, he's got goggles, he's got medals from his past deeds, and I've called it the head of the little Barnsley Buddha. You know, like, come here, you little Buddha. Yeah, so there's all that gag, but it's quite a serious. I've used a kind of traditional material, I've used bronze, I've used kind of other elements, but it's still a gag.
They really do make you laugh. You just have to stop and admire them. But it's when you get to find out the actual titles that you've given them, you just fall over with laughter.
It's part of the fun of making it, and it's part of the enjoyment of seeing the words, seeing the title. I did a girl screaming at a crab, but she doesn't know that she's got a crab hanging from her backside. Yeah, she's at the seaside in Bridlington. And I wanted to call it Girl with Crabs immediately. I'm more of you. So I called it No Sea Nippers. So I've got Down to Earth as well, which is a little angel kind of that's got a kind of supermarket carrier bag and a little case, and she's been really bad up there, so him up there or her up there has sent her back down, so she's got the bottom lip, so it's just down to earth.
Yeah.
So it leads people in, the title's funny, and I like the innocence of kids, and in a way I'm a kind of naive optimist.
Graham's positive, light-hearted approach to his work is clearly evident. He even draws inspiration from his own childhood innocence.
There's one called the Grimthorpe Flyer. So basically it's a kid with cardboard wings, fair jump, the long shorts, S-belt. It's me as a child trying to escape the village of Grimthorpe. So that's very important to me. Another piece that's a bit of a departure for me, it's Big Mother. And what it is a mincing machine that I've adapted to the shape of a woman. And there's a handle and little babies come popping out. I had a show in Austria and this Austrian woman accused, you know, didn't like the sculpture. She was heavily pregnant. And I asked her why. She says, well, you know, like, it's ridiculing pregnant women. I said, well, it's kind of making the men redundant, don't you like that? She says, oh, I like that element, but it's probably a man who's turning the handle. So.
In addition to his small quirky pieces, over the years Graham has been commissioned to produce various public sculptures of famous people. One of the best known and possibly most loved is that of Eric Morecambe. The original takes pride of place in Morecambe Bay.
It's 15 years after Eric's death that the sculpture was unveiled, but I'd been involved for 6 years, so I had to come up with a pose of Eric doing the sunshine dance. What I do is try to get the spirit of the man. When Eric's white widow came down here to look at it, I'd been 6 years, and this was the one moment I was dreading. She saw Eric, my sculpture of Eric, and she says, that's Eric Graham, don't get the kettle on. And I tell you, I just, unbelievable.
The image is just so right, it's so perfect.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I do all these people that are dead, and my sculpture's about life.
Yeah.
It is really about life. And
are you going to do a living person soon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing Dickie Bird, actually.
Right, okay.
He's almost a caricature of himself, so he's very much like my work, what I'm doing with the cricket jumpers round and everything else. So it's going to be an affectionate portrait, and he's alive, so I can measure him.
You can get in here.
I have to be quick, he's 75.
Let's just talk about William Webb Ellis for a moment. Let's imagine you get the commission. What goes through your mind first? Do you do a sketch, or do you do a small study?
This is the kind of maquette. It's what we call a maquette, which is a three-dimensional sketch. It hasn't got to be seen as a replica. You know, like this is not exactly what the sculpture's going to look like. It's to work out the pose.
Just a study, really.
It's basically a quick study.
So from the time you had the idea and produced the little maquette to when you finished that, how long did that take?
Well, not all that long. Maybe 2 months to make the figure. I mean, it sounds a long time, but
it's a lot of work, though, isn't it?
It's a lot of work, and you've got clients coming up and not looking. And it changed several times, and if you're doing a running figure, how do you capture that? You've got to move it around and make it work for you.
Are you very critical of your work?
Any artist worth the salt should be. It's a curse and a gift.
Yeah.
I cannot put the modelling tools down.
Please don't stop. You're giving so many thousands out there, so much joy and happiness.
Oh,
you are bringing them sunshine. So there you go. Thank you very much.